Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here today. In an age where dating has become a minefield of psychology, performance, and digital personas, it's no secret that human relationships are evolving into strategic interactions. Men and women, often unknowingly, engage in behavioral games, testing, withholding, mirroring, manipulating, sometimes just to gain emotional leverage. While not all women play games consciously, those who do rely on subtle tactics, ones that test a man's self-worth, decision, making, and dominance. Today, I will walk you through 5 Machiavellian rules that you men apply to outsmart these games, not with bitterness, not with vengeance, but with precision, control, and unshakable calm. These rules are not about deception. They are about reclaiming the balance of power and standing as a man who commands respect rather than chases validation. Rule #1, never react, only respond to hi. You man is not emotionally hijacked by passive-aggressive comments, silence tests, or social comparisons. When a woman deliberately withholds attention, flirts with ambiguity, or probes his emotional investment, the average man gets triggered. He tries to fix the situation or seeks reassurance. But the you man doesn't react. He responds. He sees the game, names it in his mind, and decides if and how he'll engage. He knows that emotions are tools, not tyrants. Responding requires a delay, a pause, a moment of intellectual clarity before emotional reaction. That pause is power. It creates tension, something many women subconsciously crave in a man. Rule #2. Starve the game of what it wants most. Validation. At the core of many manipulative dynamics lies the craving for validation. Some women use attention as currency. They offer it, withdraw it, and reoffer it to keep a man guessing. But a man of value knows that the moment he begins chasing her highs and lows, he's already in checkmate. He does not reward bad behavior with increased attention. If she disappears, he doesn't send double texts. If she tests him with jealousy, he doesn't play along. He withholds validation not out of spite, but out of principle. He validates character, not tactics, and in doing so, he flips the frame. He becomes the one she must qualify herself to. Rule #3. Own the frame or be ruled by hers who sets the tone in your interactions, who defines what's acceptable, what's desirable, what's attractive. You men understand that every relationship has a frame, and whoever controls that frame controls the dynamic. Women will test a man's frame constantly. They'll joke about commitment, challenge boundaries, or ask leading questions to see if he'll compromise. But the you man doesn't defend his position. He embodies it. He doesn't argue values, he lives them. His principles are non-negotiable, and he doesn't seek permission to be who he is. This doesn't make him rigid. It makes him centered. From that center, he can bend, negotiate, even yield, but never collapse. Rule #4. Master ambiguity without losing clarity. One of the deadliest weapons in a woman's arsenal is ambiguity, leaving things unsaid, promises, emotional breadcrumbs. This is designed to keep a man emotionally invested without full commitment. But the you man knows how to mirror ambiguity while preserving clarity within. He doesn't demand answers. He doesn't ask, "What are we?" 5 dates in. He remains emotionally open, but intellectually detached. If a woman offers him confusion, he doesn't play therapist. He lets silence speak. His greatest tactic is indifference toward instability. He doesn't force clarity from her. He becomes the clarity she's missing. Rule #5. Be willing to walk. Always the final and most Machiavellian rule. Always be prepared to walk away, not as a threat, not as an ultimatum, but as an internalized truth. You men don't cling. They connect deeply, but not desperately. If a woman begins using guilt, gaslighting, or emotional punishment to control, he does not plead or negotiate. He walks. Why? Because a man's power lies not in how much he can attract, but in how little he is willing to tolerate. He understands that true loyalty comes not from pursuit, but from earned respect, and respect is never given to the man who can't leave. Ladies and gentlemen, relationships are no longer guided purely by instinct. They are sculpted by intention. Hi, Val. You man is not just rich, good, looking, or dominant. He's strategic, emotionally fluent, and unshakably grounded. He doesn't win by playing harder. He wins by refusing to play at all. These 5 rules are not tools of manipulation. They are shields of self-respect, swords of discernment, and lenses through which all human interaction becomes legible. Thank you.